I have always wanted to make my very own Roblox game. Maybe even earn a couple bucks, but every time I have tried something like a little bit of scripting, I just give up. But this time, it's going to be different. I'm a terrible builder and I know nothing about scripting. This is gonna be fun. My idea is just a simple obby, but with a small catch. So basically, a player spawns on the spawn platform, he does all his usual jumping, and boom, all of a sudden a block gets deleted. And then he has to find another block to jump on. This is just my concept right now. After designing the concept, I decided to hop in Roblox Studio and start working on my game. The first stage is very simple. Some blocks have collision off and some have it on. For the second stage, I had an idea of building a conveyor. But then I scrapped that, and I just decided to make those red lasers that kill you. To make those lasers work, I needed to write my first script. I found a YouTube tutorial on how to make a part that kills you. Pause. If you're wondering why the green part killed me instead of the actual laser, well, each stage has a small twist and tricks the player's brain. Let's see if you can find what I do to the next stages to make them more impossible. For the third stage, I wanted to recreate Minecraft fence jumps, which are pretty annoying, not going to lie. The fourth stage will be very simple. All you gotta do is just pick the right block. I want to make some of the blocks clipped right through you, so I had to turn off Can Collide on them. I found this plugin called Archimedes. It took me a while to figure it out on how to use it, but then I accidentally made a circle. I'm going off topic right now. Let's continue with the fifth stage. I wanted to make a narrow path for a player to walk on, and turn off collision on some of the blocks. It's day 2, and after some intense thinking while I was sleeping, I decided to scrap this whole simple obby idea. It's just way too basic, and I don't think the game will have any chances to stand out. So, I came up with this instead. How about I make a game called Impossible Tower? I started working on the tower right away. I again used this plugin called Archimedes to make this really cool tower shape. It was really easy with the help of this plugin. Then I made a floor to the tower so people can spawn on there. And I started adding stages to the tower. I watched a couple YouTube videos on how to build better on Roblox and learning about unions, and then I started implementing them in my game. Time for a speed build montage. I'm pretty much done with the first tower. All I need to do is add some walls. I also retextured some of the walls to a darker gray color, so the tower looks more like a real tower instead of just a block on Roblox. Alright, it's time to make the second tower. I also needed a teleport pad that teleports the player from the first tower to the second tower. I found a script on YouTube on how to make a teleporter, and I started writing it. Let's test it out. It has a small error, but I know how to fix it. It still doesn't work. There's no C-frame error. I misspelled C-frame. Let's see if it works now. Let's go, it works. I also forgot to record this, but I added a block which turns a day into a night. It's day 3, and it was time to work on a GUI that pops if a player joins my game. I used the block to detect if a player is in the block to show the GUI. I asked ChatGPT to write me a script, and of course it didn't work, and there were no errors. Then I tried writing my very own script. It has an error, but I know the solution. All I need to do is add a wait for a child. Let's test it now. Everything seems to be working, and yup, it disappeared. I redesigned the GUI a bit because I didn't like how it looked. No, I wanted to make a checkpoint at the second tower, otherwise it would be too hard. And players might even rage quit, so yeah, that's not a good thing. I found a script on YouTube that I thought would work, but I guess it didn't. Bruh. After trying to use many scripts from YouTube and using ChatGPT, I finally found a script that actually works, and the checkpoint system now is working. Okay, I don't know when or how, but now the teleporter has this nice animation thing. I don't know when I made this, but anyways, here's the script for the teleport animation. I want to also make an end platform that gives you a winner badge. Day 4. I will make a second screen GUI that pops once a player reaches the second tower. I will also use a part to make it visible. There was another error, but I already knew. All I need to do is add wait for child. I didn't record it, but it works. It's time to upload the badges now. I wanted a winner badge and a welcome badge. I forgot to record making them, but they turned out to be a-okay. For the welcome badge script, I found it searching on YouTube. Thank God we have a thing like YouTube. Let me test it out if it works. Let's go, it works, I got the badge. Now for the victory badge script. I also found the script on YouTube. It was pretty similar to the other script and it was very simple. I wanted to have 3 sounds in my game in 3 different places. But I was searching for hours on YouTube to try to find the perfect script, but none of the scripts really worked. Some of them had like these small issues where it would work, but it wouldn't work in my game because my game has other scripts and other blocks which affected it. And yeah, I just ended up going to sleep. In the next morning, I found this video which looked pretty promising. It took me a while to write this very big script, but it worked right away. It was that simple. Now I needed to add borders across the tower so players don't jump right out of it and they go to the end part, which is actually fake. I made another end part and this one is fake. I also wanted to make one game pass, which is going to be called Super Jump. I again forgot to record on how I made the GUI and how I made the game pass work, but I guess it's there and it works. Enjoy the last time lapse of me making the game logo. While I'm editing this video, I decided to check how my game was doing, and in 1 week it only has 40 visits, which means I didn't make a viral game, and I failed. But it's okay, it's my first game, and it's okay to fail. All you gotta do is just keep trying. I made a Roblox game in just 5 days, expecting it to go viral, but yeah, that's just basically impossible. Let's not even mention that I got like no experience at Roblox development. But now after reading the comments on my previous video and reviewing my game, I realized there are 4 reasons why my game will never be on the front page. And maybe your game is failing because of these reasons too. The game is just not polished. If your game is looking like Minecraft 2009, the players just won't enjoy playing it and most likely will leave after a few minutes. This means you need to spend more time on building. For example, make that lobby better. Make those buildings better. Imagine if a new player joins your game and he's already shocked of how good the lobby is. Maybe even redesign your GUIs to make them more aesthetically pleasing to look at, like add cool GUI animations or maybe add sound effects when you click on a GUI. Looking at my game right now, not going to lie, it is looking like Minecraft 2009. My GUIs are very simple and just overall very basic. The stages also aren't the best. For the average player, there just isn't a lot to do here. This is probably the biggest reason why my game failed and your game also fails. It is very easy to complete. Yeah, my game can be completed in like 10 minutes. And that's really bad. Because Roblox recommends your game to more players if it has a good playtime. The longer a player stays in your game, the more chances you have to get your game recommended to other players. For a game to be on the front page and have recurring players, it needs to have basically no way of completing it. In other words, it needs to be grindy. For example, my game is very easy to complete. You just finish the obby, get the badge, and that's just it. There is no reason for the player to return to the game and play it again. Your game needs to have something like rebirths, where a player can complete a obby, rebirth, and do it again. Rounds, for example like MM2, or leaderboards, so the player wants to play it again and earn more items. The icon in the game thumbnail, and also monetization. Your icon needs to be very eye-catching, like YouTube thumbnails. Needs to make the player want to play the game before even knowing what to expect when you join. I don't think the thumbnail was an issue for my game, but still, I could have made it a lot better. I'm just saying, if you make a really good polished game, but the icon is pretty bad, no one will want to click on your game and play it. You also need a way to monetize your game if you want to become a successful Roblox developer. For example, adding like a skip stage button in obbies, making all sorts of game passes which would help the player progress. A great thing to always add is developer products. If your game has currency, add a way for the player to buy the currency with Robux. Your game just isn't unique. You can get inspired by other games to build your own, but you need to add a unique twist, like make a obby but with falling anchors or something like that. Making a viral game on Roblox takes a lot of patience and a lot of skill, in scripting, building, modeling, and animating.
Hey, you forgot to like and subscribe!
I don't know who that guy was, but you should definitely listen to him. If you plan to make a big game, you should definitely hire builders or scripters, so you don't have to do a lot of work. But if you keep being consistent, learning new things about Roblox Studio, learning new things about Blender and coding, eventually you will succeed. I was just chilling, playing some Roblox, and all of a sudden I got a Discord notification. A subscriber DM'd me wanting me to build a map for his Skibidi Toilet game. At first he wanted me to build two maps, a desert map and a city map. But then after some negotiating, we agreed on that I make him a simple city map in return for 400 Robux. There was just one tiny problem. I kinda also suck at building, not just scripting. Looking at my previous builds, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. But it's alright, I'm going to be learning how to build and deliver him the best possible map I can make. So first of all, I need to have a plan, and I already have an idea. I'm going to draw a layout of the map so it's easier to build it. I will add buildings as the map border and make them all sorts of sizes. Right here I want to add like a Easter egg, you know? The player could get a badge for touching it or something like that. I was thinking about making a broken fountain in the middle, but then I scrapped that. And I think just some roads with paths should do the trick. Then I'm going to add some Skibidi toilets around the map to decorate it even more. Now that I have the basic map layout, I can start working on it on Roblox Studio. I started by making the spawn platform and building my first road sections. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. In my layout there isn't an intersection, but for some reason I'm making that. I finally realized that and started to build the main highway, adding paths that lead to multiple Skibidi toilets. Let me join and see how it's looking so far. Oh, the road is glitchy. Let me fix that real quick by scaling the parts. It took a bit of time, but I fixed it. I found some random buildings that would fit the map and made a map border using them. I rotated some of the buildings to give it a cleaner look. Then I added this burned down car which looked cool and covered up the Easter egg with some buildings. And then I added this random destroyed box and just put it somewhere. Now for the Easter egg part, I just added a Skibidi toilet and added a billboard GUI and customized the text to fit the map even more. Everything worked fine except it was scaling incorrectly and I didn't know how to fix that. So I had to hop back on YouTube and look for some tutorials. Now it works as it should. Nice. I found these cool lanterns that honestly fit the city and scattered them around the map. Then I found this playground, which I could make it like destroyed so it fits the whole theme. I retextured a lot of the parts, added some fire particles and called it a day. The side of the map looked way too plain for me, so I tried making a hill or something like that. I just used the terrain editor to achieve this nice look. I thought of this nice idea of adding a path to the playground, and I'm pretty happy with it. Also, for this part of the map, I used the terrain editor to add a little more volume to the map. So it's not just a rectangle with some skibbity toilets on it. It's time to test if everything works and the map doesn't fall apart when I join. Okay, this is a good sign it didn't fall apart. But overall, I really like the look of this map. I wouldn't call it the best map in the world, but it's definitely not the worst map. Alright, I delivered him the map and kindly asked for my payment. But it's been 3 days and bro still hasn't even responded. I guess bro went on a vacation to Hawaii or something like that. Never mind, after a few days I got my payment and he was pretty happy about the map. This video turned out to be pretty great actually. I could level up my knowledge in building and also earn a couple bucks. And remember boys, keep on grinding. I have always wanted to be a Roblox developer, ever since I started playing Roblox back in 2017. I used to come home from school and mess around with free models, and try to come up with something that looks good. Well, today I'm going to be looking at all of my old Roblox games that I made when I was a little kid. Some of them I wouldn't even call games to be honest. They're just free models or pre-made Roblox games that I just took. My first ever Roblox game is Racing Fun 2 Fastest Car. Such an inspiring and original name. But it's made all the way back in 2017. Damn, that's like 6 years ago. It has 18 visits since 2017. They're all probably by me, but let's join it. Okay, first impressions, they're already pretty bad. Why is my hair missing and half of my clothing? It looks like a racetrack. It's probably just a free model that I just took from the toolbox. And what is this over here? What happened to this charger? No, I think one of the wheels might have... Yeah, it's kinda glitched. Okay, let me try hopping into this Lambo. What is this GUI? I tried to reset in this game, but from the looks of it, you cannot even reset here. Your avatar just is glitched. You have to rejoin the whole game. Now at least my clothing is back. Let me test the charger. Maybe it will work. Okay, again the same weird GUI. But yo, the charger actually works too, yo. I mean, it's pretty bad, but at least the cars work. And you can, I guess, have fun with your friends while you're racing. On to the next one. Okay, how is this supposed to be? Adopt me selling pets. What is that? What is this supposed to be? What the? Okay, let me climb up this ladder. Maybe there's something interesting on top. Oh my god, this is taking forever. No way. Okay, it worked. First of all, the skybox looks very goofy. And what is all of this stuff up here? I mean, at least we have something up here. But the name isn't really suitable for this game. Really red path giver. It doesn't even work, bro. No way I'm going to glitch through. Okay, what are these random cars? Let me try to hop onto this fire truck. Okay, the fire truck also doesn't work. Everything is useless here. What is musketeer? Wait, I can morph into him? No. Wait, I did kind of. What are these guns? What? This game is so glitchy. Let me check the errors. Oh my god. Damn. I haven't seen this many errors in a long time. Okay, let me try out these guns. Maybe these ones work. Yo, they actually work. These ones work. That's good. Are these supposed to be lightsabers? Yeah, force lighting, choke, force. But nothing works, nothing works. Okay, I don't understand why I made this game. I was probably like 7 years old and yeah. These are for real, just some free models scattered around the place. Do you guys remember this trend that there was YouTubers like Flamingo making these videos? I'm AFKing in my game until I get donated 500k Robux. Yeah, I tried making that. Well, from the looks of it, no one has donated in the span of 2 years. I don't even know if this game is public or private. This game looks interesting. It's supposed to be Escape the City Obby. Maybe this game is normal unlike the other games I have made. Never mind, I was completely wrong. This isn't even a city obby and it looks like it's just some Apple AirPods and I believe— oh, I remember this game. I was trying to make like a escape the Apple Store like obby. Okay, there's nothing really to do in this game, so let's move on to the next one. I think I also remember this game. I was using it as a hide and seek map for my Please Donate live streams. First of all, let me get out of this box. I think this is the crosswords map, like it's a very OG Roblox map. The map looks good, but it's not mine. I didn't design anything over here. Except these map borders, which pretty much anyone can make. Then I have my first game, which I actually worked for more than an hour. It's supposed to be a escape the skibidi toilet obby. There was this skibidi toilet trend going on and I tried to hop on it, but the game completely failed and I see why it's failing, because the obby is really easy to complete. It's basic, it's unoriginal, and it's not funny. I can literally complete the obby in like 10 seconds. Everyone can do this. And then at the end, you don't even get a prize. You just get some random gun, which barely even works, and it's really bad. This game used to be a project with my classmates, which I was gonna make. We wanted to be Roblox developers and even made a group logo and everything. But yeah, we hopped on Roblox Studio and we just placed the base plate, placed the Please Donate booth, and yeah, we got bored of it. I know, right? We did so much work. This is the secret game I was talking about in one of my videos. It's called Please Don't Jump. Yeah, it's in the title. Basically, if no one jumps for 20 minutes straight, all of the players will receive a prize. I kinda gave up on this game because I didn't really understand all of the scripts that I needed to make, but I have already made a couple GUIs. I might finish this game in the future because I really like the idea and maybe it will have a chance of going viral. I'll let you guys know in the future if I release this game. This game is my first big project. I was working on it for a couple of weeks, and I even had to hire scripters to help me make the data store script work and also make the global leaderboard function. This game idea was very simple. It was supposed to be a place for MM2 players to test their aim and skills. And you could also unlock new guns by playing the game more. I eventually gave up on this game because I had a lot of issues with the guns. The shop GUI was very glitchy. I even hired scripters to help me fix these issues, but they also didn't know how to fix them, and that's why I gave up on this game. But this game actually got surprisingly quite a lot of attraction. I gained over 700 visits in just 2 months. Will I continue this game? Probably not, because now I'm more focused on my Impossible Tower or this new Please Don't Jump game that I might release in the future. But this was a very fun game to make. I cannot show all of my old Roblox games in just one video, so let me know guys if y'all want a part 2 of this video. I'm going to finally reveal my secret game that I have been working on for this entire time, and it's called— wait, hold up, the game isn't even fully developed yet, and I don't even have a proper lobby. I cannot release a game this bad to the public, it'll just flop, so let's grab our polisher and polish this game. I had already made a lot of GUIs, but I needed to design the shop frame, so I hopped on my photo editing software and quickly made one. Then I added the image label and changed its image to the design I made and made a close button, but it doesn't work yet. We need to advance our script. I copied the GUI handler script from my Impossible Tower and rewrote all the functions to make our shop work. Oh, there's one error. I forgot to add blur to my game. Now the shop works perfectly. Now I need to make the ban hammer work. I found a script that kicks a player when they touch the hammer part. Okay, finally, after many hours, I finally made it work. I wanted to make a jump all button, so I asked ChatGPT to write me a script. Then I made the button and pasted the script. Surprisingly, it works, but I wanted to make the icon look better and move it to the side. Then I made a text that appears on your screen if you don't have enough wins. Of course, I also needed a script for that. I'm pretty sure I found it somewhere on YouTube. And yeah, it didn't work. After fixing the whole script, it finally works. I wanted to test it with multiple players. And let's go! It also works, but there was just one slight issue. If you spam click sometimes, it takes your win without doing the function. So I added a wait variable for 1.5 seconds. Then I made a function that gives a win each time the timer ends. And yeah, it doesn't work. So I had to write a completely new script for that. And finally, it works. I don't know how, but it multiplies the wins by how many players are in the game. So I made a text label for that. Now I needed to add some buttons in the shop. One of them was a banhammer that you can own for 30 seconds, and it costs 20 wins. I also added the kill all button that kills all the players in the server. But of course, it wouldn't work on its own. It needed a script, so I added the local script for that. Let's go, it works! The button had this weird scaling issue, but I knew how to fix it. I just converted it to scale. Then I wrote a script for the banhammer button that clones the hammer in the player's backpack for 30 seconds. But that also didn't work. So I separated the script into a local script and a server script, and now it works. Let's go! There's only one issue. If you already own the Game Pass, it clones the hammer again. So I made the script check if the hammer is in their backpack. Let's go! It works! I wanted to add a way to monetize the game, so I added text buttons that'll subtract minutes from the timer. I uploaded it to Roblox Studio and tried to make a script for it, but nothing seemed to work. I could only write a script that makes the buttons prompt up the purchase. After days of trying, I still couldn't do it, so I had to call up my friend, and with his help, we were able to fix the script. He added a local script for each one of the buttons and added a new function in the timer script. All there was left to do is to make the map, but first, let's plan out the map layout. There will be big rocks around the map and a circle in the middle that leads to a forest and a mushroom area. I also want to add an Easter egg here. I completely forgot that I had this map. I purchased it a long time ago, but I'm not going to use it. Now let's add the borders around the map as a map border. Then I added a forest and a mushroom area with a lot of fences and rock paths. I wanted to make this box give a badge if you jump on it. I wrote this script for it that awards the badge on touch. Now let's test it out. I forgot to anchor my map. Now it's fixed. Now let's try out touching the box. It works! The game is now live. Use code STARTER for free wins. See you inside the game! I have made a lot of games in the past. They all took a lot of time, some even months, but today I'm going to be making a game in literally just 1 minute, all the way up to 1 hour. Starting with the 1 minute game. So, I only got a minute to make an entire game. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but let's start. I need a time played leader stats script. No, come on, what is my spelling? Okay, let's get this. Hopefully this script will work. Okay, let's go into server script service. Okay, I need some kind of benches. Okay, we need trees and fast. No, why is it rotating? No. Okay, let's get rid of the transparency on this spawn location. Let's move this tree. I need a table real quick. Let's quickly copy these benches. Why is the table not working? Oh my god, 10 seconds left. Let's quickly fix the trees. Okay, let's just rotate this one. Let's just move this one here. Oh my god. No. And the time is up. So this is what we ended up with. Oh my god, there's already so many errors. And half of the trees are floating. And I'm floating too. What is even happening? The leader stat should work, but I'm not sure. I mean, what did you guys expect? This game was only made in 1 minute. But let's move on to the next game. Now I have a little more time. I mean, 10 minutes is still pretty bad. But we still have the 1 hour game, which will probably be the best one out of these 3 games. But let's get right into the 10-minute game. So I started off by just making a base plate. I wanted to make a snowy map where players can fight with swords, so I made these boulders that will go around the map. With that, there was barely any time left, but I still needed to add a save zone. So I quickly wrote this script that activates the spawn protection shield if you're inside the save zone, and the time was up. Now let's test out the game to see if it even works. I doubt that the shield will work, but let's try it. Okay, it actually works. We have a save zone, but I didn't have enough time to put a text label on top that displays that you're inside the save zone. Yeah, if you go outside of it, you can start killing the player, and that's about it. Let's move on to the 1 hour game. Finally, it's time for the 1 hour game. I already got an epic idea. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so it's finally time for the 1 hour game. I want to make a sword fighting game with a round system. So I started off by just creating a place where players will spawn and a fighting area. Randomized spawn points are really important, otherwise players could spawn kill each other. So I made a lot of spawn points from 1 to 12, but I will write a script for that later. But now, let's add a text label that will display the player's name that wins the round. I created the new script and wrote a fully functioning leader stats. Now it was time to script their own system. So I added a module script that addressed the minimum players and a countdown time. With the help of YouTube, I could create a script that manages the rounds, text label and spawn points at the same time. Next I added the local script and simply wrote a function that updates the text when the remote events are fired. And it looks like it's working. It's supposed to say waiting for players, since I'm the only one in the server, because you need 2 players to start the game. Not too bad, we still have 25 minutes to build a map, so I added invisible walls around the lobby, otherwise you could just jump right off. I found all the boulder mesh that I made and slightly recolored it to make a map border. The map is still way too plain, so I added a couple of trees here and there and made walls around the map where players could hide or just use them however they want. Then using the top of the boulder mesh, I made a couple big rocks on the floor. Okay, it's finally time for testing. Oh crap, we have a couple of errors. Okay, I don't know what exactly I was doing here, but it doesn't look like I recorded the process of me fixing the errors. But anyways, the timer is up. But looking at my video script, I believe the errors were just typos. Now the game is functioning how it should. As you can see, we are loading in the map. Let me try to get a kill. And there we go. The countdown has restarted and I gained the win. But sadly the kills leaderboard is not working. These games are way too bad to be public. I don't know what to do with them. Alright, peace.